Welcome back to another episode of The Crow's Nest. I'm your host, Jay, and joining me today is Tavish from NerdPropellant. Welcome aboard, Tavish. How's it going?
It is going well, Jay. How are you?
I'm good. I can't complain. I'm sailing Sea of Thieves. It's dark and gloomy, but so far so good. All good things. For those of you who don't know, Tavish is one of the leading, if not the leading individual behind NerdPropellant. It's the Etsy shop that's currently blowing up all over social media, blowing up on Twitter, blowing up on Etsy, blowing up on YouTube, making those really, really cool skulls, whether it's a hateful skull, a bounty skull, basically the captain skulls, whatever it might be. Those things are popping up left and right, whether it's contests, whether it's just, fan creations of sorts. So that is who is joining me today to give a little bit of, association. People are like, who is this? Who is this guest? And there's the wave. Oh, that was good timing. I was about to turn away, and I was like, oh, there it is. There's the wave.
You can't turn away from this guy. Look at him. He's very attractive.
We're gonna have to get up close.
Draws the gaze.
We're gonna have to get up close. Ooh, that's that hungering deep. Ooh, you even got the shark bite. You don't see those too much anymore, to be honest, right?
Yeah, that's because that was the one and only time I ever bothered actually doing anything with cosmetics.
Yeah, actually,
I don't do anything with any cosmetics at all. Like, this is it. You're looking at it, so.
Well, it's a good look to have, to be honest. All right, so let's go like this, and the cheer begins. Uh-oh. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me?
Oh, really?
All right, Tavish. So I was gonna say, wait a second. All right,
is this the part where we embarrass ourselves?
Pretty much.
Show how we forgot how to play the game. Right.
I was not ready for this. So to the audience watching this, this is happening live. And Karen is going.
Oh, he got me.
I was gonna say it's Karen's sucking right now.
On me.
And we're taking some damage. So wow, we got a lot of holes. So Tavish, this is off to an interesting start. I don't even know how this happened. It's not every day that you get hit by Karen, let alone in a sloop. But because the camera's rolling,
right off the bat,
Sea of Thieves gods decided to embarrass us right away. So thanks.
It's all right.
Thanks, Sea of Thieves
I cut myself out.
You got yourself out? All right.
Yeah.
I was like, I have all these questions for you, but right now my mind is on not sinking.
I'm trying to get back to the boat. It might take me a second. I've never had a chance to actually appreciate the tentacles up close, like what the designs are.
There you go.
They're nice.
I was gonna say, you might actually be getting some ideas.
Oh, something's in the water over here. Nice.
Oh, okay, this is fine. Yep. For people who are watching my angle right now, I just rolled up downstairs. There's holes everywhere.
Oh yeah. Got me a disgraced bounty skull out in the water here.
Really? Just floating on out there?
Yeah, these are the worst, by the way. Just for anybody who's out there listening who wants to order a skull, like, God, please don't make it a disgraced.
Why is
They're so hard to tape. They're such a pain in the ass to make, man. They're really annoying. I'm not gonna lie, they're pretty annoying.
I think we should have enough cannonballs for this. Maybe.
I probably stole some. I have some on me.
Maybe we'll have a good Samaritan come by and oh, that was a whiff. If anybody just saw that screen. I just missed with the sniper rifle and she was like 3 feet away from me. Actually, that'd be kind of cool to make, like little baby Karen, little baby Kraken.
Yeah.
It sounds complex though.
That would be kind of cool.
Right? I feel like that would be kind of complex.
I was surprised on the Twitter thread I had recently where I was basically soliciting ideas. I was surprised nobody mentioned a Kraken. I thought for sure somebody would.
Somebody was going to mention something like that. Let me turn the wheel a little bit, Joe, so we can get a little bit of a better angle here. We're actually almost sailing out of this thing, if you see that. Actually, we are almost sailing out of it. I've kind of turned us back into it, but
Yeah, if you go left, I think we'll be good.
Yeah, I'm gonna go left. I was actually looking at. Oh, I think it was gonna. All right, if we just watch those little holes below, it should be good. Oh, Karen's trying to suck. Oops, I just turned that to the wrong way. Come on, come on. And we're almost out of it. We're about to be out of it in a moment. Well, that was actually our colors kind of match her, right? Our colors kind of match her.
That's probably why she was attracted.
That's
to
probably
us.
why, and
Makes
just
sense.
like that. All right, back to your scheduled appearance on the show. Thanks for dropping in, Karen. I guess she's like, I want in too, guys. I'm like, no, you're not part of this. So Tavish, tell the audience the little bit of a background info on yourself, on the shop. You know, how'd you get started with 3D printing? How'd that get about?
Yeah, so always been a big gamer. Actually, I got into 3D printing utterly unrelated to Sea of Thieves. I'm a physics professor by trade. That's my day job. Keeps me plenty busy as is.
I was gonna say that's pretty cool. An object in motion stays in motion, right? There it is. Unless acted upon.
There we go. By an outside force. That's right. There you go.
Like
our boat was just sitting there wanting to stay there. If it weren't for Karen smacking the back of us, we wouldn't have been pushed forward. That's true.
That's true, and she's still out there. Thanks, Karen.
Yeah, well, she wants to stay right where she's at. Yeah, so my background is in physics, but always been kind of a nerd, kind of a gamer. A lifetime ago, I was a ball player, but that was literally feels like a lifetime ago.
Yeah, that's cool.
But so yeah. So like, I don't know when it was. We bought a house. Let's see, I guess it would have been October 2017, I think, somewhere in there, and. So we wanted to deck the place out with some cool, nerdy video game swag, my fiance and I. And
always appropriate, no matter what circumstance. Always appropriate.
Oh yeah. So we did some of that, and then I thought, I'd really like some Sea of Thieves stuff would be cool because we were both really big into Sea of Thieves, and I thought, it'd be really cool to have some BioShock stuff. Mm-hmm. And we had a fish tank, like an aquarium, and I thought, I'd love to have a BioShock themed fish tank where there was like Rapture, which is the underground city or underwater city in the game. It'd be cool to have that, like a 3D print of that down in the water, and then have like on top of the fish tank, it would be cool to have the lighthouse that helps you access Rapture. And I thought, well, okay, I'll try to find something like this online or try to figure out how to make it. And then I just stumbled one day across the 3D model that somebody had made specifically for 3D printing for two of those things. And I was like, well, I was really tempting. Then I thought to myself, well, if I had a 3D printer and I found myself on the website with all these different models and everything, I was like, I could just print all this stuff.
Right.
And I could just find somebody to paint it, and it'd be a lot cheaper than just paying somebody to make one on Etsy, because the markup there is quite a bit.
Yeah.
Except on my shop, of course, right? So I thought, well, okay, maybe I'll just get a 3D printer. So I got one, and then we printed the BioShock stuff I wanted to print and got it all painted up. And I was like, wow, this is easier than I thought it was going to be as far as painting wise. I was pretty artistic, growing up. Did a little bit of artwork right out of high school and things like that. But I didn't ever try to make much money with it. Oh, nice.
That's for you.
Oh, well, that's good. Thank you. I did it. It's like a trophy, like a participation trophy. All right. Woo. I found an island. So I got into 3D printing just for props, for decor, for my own nerdy palace here at my house. And, before I knew it, I was like, well, I found these skulls that our artist, Garrett Williams, made. And he had done some extremely cool work on these. And I thought, all right, well, let me try printing one of his skulls. So I printed it. And I was like, well, okay, this takes a long time. Like, people don't realize how long
it takes to make a single.
take.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On
so
average,
just to give you guys some.
How long would that take on average?
Yeah, that's a good question. So like, hang on, there might be a chest. Okay, this is not gonna be conducive to our discussion, but I'm gonna get it anyway.
We're actually sitting above that. I think I see what you're talking about. We're actually sitting
never
above.
mind. Those are.
Oh, is that just like barnacle stuff?
Yeah, I thought that was the chest of sorrows.
There is
okay.
something else on the beach though. I don't know if you can see that. It's kind of glimmering, and we're right by that weird underground cave right now. That's why I pulled up right here.
Oh,
If we dive, we're sitting right next to that golden arches.
Yeah, we are.
Not McDonald's though. Not those golden arches.
Yeah.
But
I was gonna say, look at my pirate. Like, he would be very excited about McDonald's out.
It's like McDonald's here in the Sea of Thieves, of course.
Yeah, finally. I don't see what you're talking about with the glistening.
It's right over. Hold on, I must be going crazy.
Wait.
I saw it from the boat. I swear.
Oh, I might have grabbed it. Did I? No, wait. Maybe I didn't. I don't know.
I might be. I have to probably go back to the boat just to see it again. But I'm sorry. So,
oh, it's right here.
Oh, you found it?
Delivery note. It's some weeds.
Oh.
Deliver some weeds.
Well, that wasn't worth it.
Yeah, that's all right. I'll bring them aboard anyway for decor, because that's what we were talking about.
That's true. Oh wait, no, I found it. It's an ancient goblet right here. I knew there was something.
That's not the thing you just handed me, right?
No, that was the other thing.
Okay.
That was a fancier looking one. This is just a.
Oh, I see.
Just a goblet. Just a plain old looking goblet.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's kind of how I got into it, and then just into 3D printing at least. That was my motivation, I guess, for it.
Well, that's
and
cool.
then it was, from there I was like, okay, I can try to figure out a way of painting this guy's cool skull and see what happens. So I tried it, and I realized, like, okay, this is a lot harder than it looks.
Yeah.
But with a little bit of practice, eventually, I got it. But the hard part with 3D prints, especially getting started, honestly, is it takes so much time and so much troubleshooting, because the technology is still kind of fresh. It's still a little bit young and immature.
Yeah, I know a lot of people are getting into it, but I think you're right. It is still very new. It's becoming more, I guess, accessible, if that's the right word.
Yeah,
but it is still very new.
Yeah, gradually, yeah. Yep, it's becoming cheaper, but like whenever you step into it, it's still very, like, you still have a lot of questions trying to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, it's very, very daunting.
Yep. Yeah, so I realized pretty quick that you get really intimidated by, okay, I just spent maybe 15 to 18 hours printing this skull.
Wow.
Yeah, no, for real. And it's like, okay, well, how am I gonna paint this? And you're at first you're like terrified of even touching the damn thing, because you're like, I don't want to screw this up.
Yeah, you don't want to ruin it at that point.
That's another 15, 20 hours you got to wait to get another one output. So, but after you kind of figure it out, you get a little more comfortable with it. You get, my artistic side started coming back a little bit. So,
nice.
Yeah, so that's when I
grows a little bit.
Yeah, slowly. Yeah. So after I got one of those painted and I liked how it looked, I was kicking around the idea of starting an Etsy shop, and then I got really impulsive at like 2 in the morning on like a Sunday night in the summer, or no, early October, I guess it was fall. And I was like, screw it, I'm just gonna put this thing on the Etsy shop. I'll just make up a name, I'll just throw it on there and see what happens. And then like 7 hours later, somebody already bought it.
Wow, so. That's really cool. Not for nothing, I actually kind of dove right into the whole YouTube expedition in the same like vein. I was just there.
Impulsive way.
Yeah, I was like, you know what? I mean, I had my own reasons for doing it, and like why I wanted to do it. But one day it was just like, yeah, I'm gonna do this. I don't even know what I'm doing, but I'm doing it. And you just jump right in, and
that's cool.
Kinda, sink or swim. I guess pun intended.
Yeah.
But yeah, you just kind of figure it out as you go.
Yeah. No, that's and luckily, like, there's a community of people you can usually talk to try to help you out. Wow, another skull fort just opened up.
Opened up. Right in
that's
front
crazy.
Of us. There's a shipwreck right here too. That's what I was actually heading to originally.
But, oh yeah. Where's that at? Let's go to that.
Literally right in front of us. We should start raising sails in a moment.
Just let me know and I'll start raising them.
Yeah, just start raising. That's cool. So you got started in that manner. That's really cool. And already, we know it's wild,
Yeah.
the fact that you posted it and it had sold just like that.
Yeah, yeah. This guy. Are you sure there's a shipwreck here? I'm looking around. I ain't seen nothing
it's
yet.
deep. It is, what is this? The wreck of the damned Hydra.
Oh, what
See
is it? Drawn off the front of our boat?
Yeah, right off the front.
Okay, I see it. Oh wow, yeah, okay.
You know what? I have to check
yeah,
the crow's nest. I always find something.
You-
People don't believe me, but there's usually.
I found one thing there once, and it was like 6 months after I started playing, and I was like, oh my god, I've had 6 months of not looking here.
Yeah.
So who
I was
knows
gonna
what all I
people
missed.
don't believe me. I'm recording right now. I might as well check. But nothing today, alas. Of course, because I called it.
What about? I found one back here on the smoker's deck, or whatever you want to call this, back here too before.
Smoker's deck.
I got check that too.
I will be needing this banana in a moment. I don't see anything yet. That's cool. Here, that actually draws me to my next question. What actually, and I know you started hinting at it before, but was there anything specifically that drew you towards Sea of Thieves as a game?
Oh man, yeah. So I'm actually. A lot of people were very interested in Sea of Thieves from a while back because it's, you know, Rare's next big game.
Right.
I am not historically I've been very indifferent about Rare, to be honest with you.
Okay.
So like I wasn't like, I'm not big into platformers, so it just never was something that, like, their games often didn't appeal to me. But I am a big Xbox fan. I've been a big Xbox fan since CES, when Bill Gates, you know, came out in 2001, maybe.
Wow.
I think it was.
Yeah, that's going back.
And he announced it like all the way from day one. Back when they had, you know, The Rock and other people trying to promote it and all this other silly stuff they did back then. So I've always been a big Xbox fan. I actually. It's not that I didn't like Rare's other games. Like the first Rare game that I really actually liked, like, quite a bit, not a ton, but quite a bit, was actually their Connect games, which I know is going to make a bunch of people groan. But I actually
that's not
really,
the first time you hear that, yeah.
Yeah, that's actually a lot. I had a lot of good memories just screwing around in my basement, playing around with Connect, you know, volleyball or the. I remember when the Wave Race, when they had the wave racing. I shouldn't say Wave Race, but the Wave Racing game for the Xbox One, like in their Connect Sports Island or whatever it was, and it was like, wow, this water. This is some. I'm kind of a graphics nerd, so I was like, this is some lovely water, and so yeah, as soon as I saw their saw that they had a new game coming out, I was interested, just because as an Xbox fan at E3, whenever they revealed it, I was like, okay, interesting. And then it was Pirates, and I was like, yeah, okay, I'm not huge into Pirates, but like, this could be cool. It's different, you know. And then whenever I saw the trailer, and I was like, okay, like, I'm not sold on it yet because I don't know enough about it yet.
It was
so
still
different.
very fresh. It was still very new. It was very, very deep in mystery when it originally launched. Or rather, when it was originally
so whenever they were
unveiled.
like revealed, so whenever they were showing it off, and then they started talking about it, and I don't know if it was Mike or Joe or whoever it was that started talking about it. Started talking about some of the ideas behind the game and the idea of sort of positioning it as a shared world, you know, adventure game, a swag, which I think is a lovely acronym.
Right, a lovely acronym. I don't know if that was intended or what. By the way, should we try to tackle this fort? We're right in front of it. No one seems to be in the area.
let's go ahead.
I mean, what could possibly go wrong, right? If a galleon rolls up.
It's looking right at us,
right?
You know?
Galleon rolls up, we'll be like, go away. We don't want you here.
Yeah. We're in the middle
for
of
you.
an interview.
Yeah.
That's what we should. I'll just do that every time I play the game for now. I'll just make up some excuse to try to get these people to leave.
Exactly. I'm actually recording right now. Go away.
Yeah, exactly, right. Like, I don't understand. My paycheck depends on me taking this fort, guys.
There is a sloop off in the distance, kind of pointed towards the same skull fort.
Oh, I see at that island.
He's southeast heading over there.
Where are we going? Oh, we're coming up on your this is your skull fort, isn't it?
Is it really? I haven't even checked on where am I?
I think so.
Oh my goodness, it is.
It is.
Oh well, that's
All right.
That's funny.
You just kick them out of here and just evict them and.
Now I'm definitely recording, right? Now if somebody pulls up, be like, no, you don't understand. You need to go. You need to leave. I'm telling you, the Sea of Thieves gods are on our side. Kraken makes an appearance. Right. They're like, you know what fort's gonna pop? Crow's Nest Fortress. That's what Crow's Nest. It's popping.
Yeah.
This is probably gonna go terribly wrong.
Yep.
I'm like, this is probably gonna go terribly wrong.
I don't care. It's fine. It's right. It's looking at somebody else right now, I think. What was that? Oh, they're shooting at us.
Well,
of course they are.
I'll just wave my membership card and they'll back off. Like, no, I'm one of you, I promise. I'll get us.
Ooh, okay, well, I just got sniped by a cannonball, so that tastes great.
Like dead snipe? Like dead?
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh.
I'm dead. Hit me right in the cholesterol, took me right out.
It's all that McDonald's.
Yeah.
Start raising sales while you come on back. I'm just gonna position this in a way that hopefully they don't hurt us too much. But that's cool. That's that whole start. That's really cool. How you got into it, and that's very surprising to hear. I know not too many people would actually mention the Connect, the game.
Yeah.
Not too many people would actually go that route. So that's cool. It's really good, and I'm sure you're not alone, obviously. That's beyond cool. Oh, there you are. You're back. Yes.
Yeah, I'm back.
Oh, that tower is still messing with us. I'm gonna go take care of that one.
I got it.
If not, you got it? All right.
I got the boat, yeah. You can take care of the guys.
All right, I'll take care of the tower.
Yep.
Make sure the tower is good. Everyone's shooting at me. Don't you know who I am? Stop it.
Get off my lawn, kids.
Right? Get off my lawn, you crazy kids. So you actually answered one of my prepped questions. I know you were talking about one of your first prints, and that actually was going to be, one of my follow-up questions. But you kind of hit that on the mark, where you were talking about the skulls and how not only was that like your first print, but it was almost in the same vein as Sea of Thieves related, and you kind of just grew it from there. But I was so surprised at the amount of time that it takes. That I was unaware of, and I'm out of bullets.
Okay, well, I tried to get up on your thing.
Nope, nowhere. Oh, you try to go for, try to get a little surprise cameo right there?
I was so close. So close.
I just took a blunderbuss to the face. All is not well. I am dead.
Yeah, that's not good for the complexion, I think, is,
Right, you have a little peppering in the face.
Yeah. Right in the morning. Does your skin good.
Just wash it off.
Yeah.
So for those viewers, right? So for those viewers who are thinking about either getting into 3D printing on their own, or just what the process entails. Now that we know the time aspect for like a single piece, which is in the hours, like you said, what else is involved? Is there anything specific? Like, is there anything that you are actively doing at the same time, or is it just kind of sit around, wait for things, to turn out the way they're supposed to turn out?
So at least for my printers, the way that we have things sort of calibrated, which is to say not great at all, to be honest with you, we have to get them started, and we have to kind of get it going slow, like at first, to make sure everything lays on the print bed like perfectly well. The first several layers, kind of you have to dial it in real slow to make sure it's all going to take and it's not going to like topple over. Because I mean, there's been times too, if you think it's heartbreaking, spending 20 hours on a print, just to get something cool out the other side, you should try doing it and then getting absolutely nothing out on the other side, right? Because there's certainly times where I would go to bed and I would wake up the next day, like eager to see what the printer has manifest in my home, only to be like, oh, well, there's absolutely a pile of spaghetti on my print bed.
So not every print is guaranteed to work.
Oh no, not at all. It takes a while before you kind of get comfortable with the settings and how to get it started and all that stuff. So
that is really interesting. And again, these are things that not too many people would know about. That's really cool. It's actually kind of heartbreaking to imagine. You know, you spend all that time working on something just to be like, yeah, nope, nothing.
Oh yeah, yep. Absolutely heartbreaking.
So out of the process for you, right? Which has been your, and I'm probably about to die. Which has been your favorite item to make thus far? Because now we know which one you don't like, right? You said it was the disgrace. The disgrace bounty skull is not your favorite.
Yeah, that's the only reason is because I put this I put like the tape like a really high density glow tape to make it glow, like the markings on the skulls glow. And some of those, for the villainous skull, like the gold skull, and for the stronghold skull, it's easy because those pieces are, I've cut so many of them just by hand, and I've actually recently bought like a cutting, a machine that will cut the design for me, so it's awesome.
Okay. Makes it a little bit easier.
Oh yeah, but the Hateful Skull and the Disgrace especially have a lot of curved parts on them for the markings that make it just awful to try to cut that by hand. Because if you don't get it right, then you know it's like, okay, well, I didn't get that right, so I'm up here, by the way. Sorry to interrupt, but I am up here with your little your logo here.
Woo! Yes, recently added. I'm so happy about that. Whether I
you should be. That's super slick. I assume you've already been up here and seen it, but it's super slick.
Yeah, I'm definitely. Oh, someone's firing. Hey, someone's firing at our ship.
Is it?
It's one of the towers.
Oh, okay. It's a tower.
Oh, okay, it just hit me again.
All right, I'm on them. What were we talking about? You had asked me something.
You were talking about your favorite, right? Your favorite item to make, and you were talking about your cutting abilities, to put it lightly.
Yeah, or lack thereof. So let's see. So it's kind of like two different questions in one, in a sense, because there's sort of which one is like the most, like the easiest, I guess, to make. Because, you know, you're doing this for money, you know, and so it's like, okay, easy is great, you know, that's pretty convenient.
Right.
But on the other hand, there's also like the angle of okay, which one, regardless of how difficult it is, which one's like the most rewarding to see it like finished.
Right.
You know what I mean? So the one that's the easiest is probably the Foul Bounty Skull, which I don't get all that many orders for. Although I am going to probably put that on sale soon, just to get a little bit more interest in it.
Now you know.
So,
yeah,
right? Yeah, so that's the easiest, because there's no tape. The painting is just as easy as the rest of the other ones that I do. It's no more difficult.
I saw you go down, and it was just a hail of gunfire. It was just a wall of lead. Yeah, it was just a wall of lead.
Like Civil War documentaries where it's just a big old puff of smoke and everything blasts you. Yeah, so that's probably the one that's the simplest, I guess. I guess, to be fair, on the flip side of that, though, when it's simple, because Sea of Thieves has that wonky art style.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, simple can sometimes actually be really tricky, because one little screw up, you know, and you don't have a lot of wiggle room to blend that mistake into the rest of the art style of the piece.
Any kind of blemishes, any kind of mistakes, any kind of whatever might show, whereas something that might be a little bit more complex is easier to kind of tuck away.
Yep. Exactly. Yeah. But on the ones that I like producing, like the ones that I look back when I'm done and I'm like, oh man, I'm really proud to have that on my shelf before I sell it to somebody, before I ship it to somebody. Probably I don't know. It's probably the Captain's Skull, like the one you get like for the skeleton captains.
Yeah.
I'm tempted. It's coming down to either that or the Stronghold limited edition skull with the glowing eyes, because I really like
that. One's really cool. That one's like really cool.
That's really popular.
The whole leather wrap bit just makes it special. Is he still
Yeah. So like I actually, the first one that I made of those as like a custom order for somebody, I was like, oh, okay, well, this person wants like glow-in-the-dark eyes. Let me try that. And then I asked them, hey, do you want like the fancier, like more stylized leather look, or do you want just regular old leather that's just has some, you know, paint smeared on it?
Yeah.
And they were like, oh no, we want the leather that's just smeared on it. And I was like, are you sure? Because I have it right here, and I had actually already glued it on. And so I was trying to kind of talk them into being like, oh, no, okay. But they didn't change their mind, so I had to make another one. And I was like, oh, man, like, are you sure of this? Because this looks a lot more like the game, but they wanted the kind of the older version. But
yeah.
But with the Captain Skull, what I like about it is, like, it looks really goofy when you're making it, or when I'm making it, as I paint it. It looks really, it just doesn't look like it belongs in the Sea of Thieves until I start airbrushing it and I put the sort of the black leather sort of straps on it. And once I do that, it all comes together like very rapidly. And I just really like that feeling of putting something together and have it all come together like and look really cool,
and,
like
right, and look
all
the
at
part.
once.
Yeah, and look the part.
Yeah.
And just kind of, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Have
so
you gotten?
That's yeah.
I was gonna say, have you gotten quicker with the process overall? Like from the time like when you first started to now. I'm sure your workflow is like
and a lot of
vastly different.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's the workflow. So let me just sort of run you through at least where it's at right now, and it'd be great if it got even better. But right now the workflow is so I take an order goes in the queue, and it'll take a few weeks to get one of those out, just because there's so many orders. Like I think we got like 90 outstanding orders right now.
Wow.
We were up to 160 at one point, so we had really been working hard to get that number down. So if anybody out there has already ordered a skull, please be patient. You're somewhere in the queue, and it'll be ready when it's ready, hopefully soon. So we get the order, we turn around, and we have, it must be, I think we have anywhere between 4 and 7 printers running at a like if they're working, running at a time, and they run just about nonstop. So we've got a little shop in our basement where we take the fresh prints, not Will Smith, but the fresh 3D prints.
The other fresh prints. Yeah.
The other fresh prints. And we will, I'll take this guy out. He's over here shooting at our boat. But we will take those and take all of there's like a bunch of support material you have to take off. Like, you have to almost excavate the skull before you even can do anything with it. Like because it doesn't come off as like one big, like it's not like it just prints the actual model. It has to hold up the model, you know.
Yeah.
So we have to take a lot of effort to remove just the right pieces so it doesn't actually fall apart. There's a lot of times where, you know, like a tooth might break off and we'll have to try to replace a tooth and you know, play the role of little plastic dentistry surgeons or something.
Make the skellies look all pretty.
Yeah, we got to give them their teeth back. And so we have to do that. Then after we do that, then we have to try to smooth it down. So the parts where we remove all that flashing, right, that excess support material, we have to turn around and use a file to smooth it all down. Use sandpaper. We have to use like Bondo, which is sort of like a spot putty.
Yeah.
You put on there, let it dry, and then sand it all down to smooth it out. Because people don't want to grab something and hold it and feel like, oh, this is like rough against my hands if it's not supposed to be, you know. So
texture is important.
a big part. I was gonna say it's texturing is the most important element of being able to professionally produce 3D models or 3D prints, I should say, because if you don't get the texture right, it's just gonna be garbage, you know. Like it's gonna look like cheap crap. So there's that. After there's so many of these guys.
Right, and they're all the same. They still hit like a truck.
But yeah, after we get the thing smoothed out, we'll hit it with primer. We'll to try to smooth it out some more. Usually, smoothing out takes like 3 or 4 passes because you really have to remove the 3D like layer lines from how it prints. You have to remove that texture before you can put any other texture on top of it. So that's a big part of the process. After we get it primed, then it's, base coat of paint, and then we put another coat of paint on it, usually like at least 2, if not 3. And then we'll do any other, like sometimes like some of the stronghold skulls have like green on top of their head that we have to paint, like these jewels you have to paint, or jewels in the eyes you have to paint, or gold teeth you have to paint. Yeah, so we do all that kind of stuff. We have to get the leather, on there. We do a touch-up pass. For the limited edition strongholds, we have to cast the eyes out of resin. We have to actually have a mold and pour some resin and color it right, and that can be that can be pretty devastating too, because there's been a time or two where we've had a whole set of 10 or 12 casts of these eyes that had just gone bad because it was just too cold for the resin to ever cure right. So it didn't cure right.
So so it just technically goes all for naught at that point.
Yeah, and so there's the whole process has so many of those areas where something little thing could go wrong and it delays everything by so much. Right. Like the casts might take 2 days to cure, and it's like you're waiting, and then you have to throw them away, and it's like, well, great, now I have to start all over with that. So, but yeah, then we'll put tape on, and any finishing touches, and then we pack them and ship them out. Hopefully, we didn't make a mistake, So.
Holy crap! Yeah. So basically, the TLDR version of that is. That's hard, right? In case anybody's there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of want to get into it. Yeah, it's not exactly just a walk in the park.
No, it's not. No.
That is wild.
We have streamlined the process. Like having a lot of orders is helpful for figuring out how to make a pipeline of mass production, though.
Yeah.
So we've streamlined things a lot. So my fiance's mom comes and helps. She works
awesome.
for the shop. Yeah, and my fiance helps and does stuff. My dad comes around. He does a lot of work also. So there's a lot of that stuff that, we have sort of a family affair here.
Yeah, I was going to say that's a full-on family affair. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm awfully close to that gunpowder barrel.
Ah. Oh, here they are. Okay.
We might have a hole in our. We might have a hole in our ship.
Okay, I'll check it. I'm right here.
All right.
He just fights the skellies. I'll take care of it.
Yeah, I'll fight them all.
Any holes, just to be sure. We're okay.
We're okay? Alright. Only because that cannon was still firing at us, and I was like,
I think they're missing what they are. There's a ghost ship. There's a skeleton ship out in the horizon, too.
Right, you see, that's my biggest dilemma. Is it a skelly ship or is it a ghost ship? I call it a skelly ship. Tons of players call it a ghost ship.
It's a skelly ship, I think.
Right.
So that's another thing that I wish they would put in the game, because back at I don't even know when that was. It was like a game developer conference like a couple of years ago.
Oh, I know exactly what
you're
talking
about. They
showed
an animation.
There it is.
You know what I'm talking about.
I know exactly what
and
you're talking about.
And it's like, when is that coming? Make that in the game. Like,
I was going to say,
come
I
on
know
now.
exactly what you're talking about. And they had the players on the decks appearing as ghosts too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
that was
the players on the deck, I kind of thought, well, maybe that's just how they're going to render them on, the Ferry of the Dam.
The Ferry of the Dam,
which is
basically what we have, yeah. But that ghost ship itself, kind of when it just appears in the water.
Yeah, and it's like, and the animation that played out was so spot on with it too.
For anybody,
it looked so good.
Yeah, it's so cool. For anybody who's unfamiliar, I should be kind of, picturing that animation right now. It's actually from the San Diego Comic-Con, the Art of Adventure panel.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
I don't know how I remember that, but I remember that.
Yeah, I knew it was one of those. It was either GDC or it was, yeah.
Who's on the way? Oh, we have a galleon. We have a galleon, a fresh spawn galleon at Plunder Outpost. And they're on the move.
At Plunder, I mean, that's a ways away though, right? Plunder?
It's a little way. They might be here in about 5 minutes or so.
Yeah. Oh, he got me.
I know, I'm being surrounded. Oh, this is not good. Oh, and I'm about to take a blunderbuss. Yes, there it is. I turned around and the guy was pointing right at me and I had low health. I was like, oh, that's the end of that. Just as I said it, took one right to the face. Good timing. Hey. Hello, Grizzly Rider. Oh, he left. Never mind. Bye, Grizzly Rider.
Yeah. Actually, now that I mention it, we're close. We're not quite the same as the ghost people in that animation. I don't think we're not quite as ghostly.
Right, we're not quite as
my memory could be wrong.
No, you're right. We're a little bit more solid. We still have that weird shimmery effect going on, but we're definitely a little bit more tangible and transparent.
You're gonna have to edit into the video the
side by side.
The thing we were talking about.
Hey,
I'm sure people are gonna be like, "What are they talking about?"
Yeah, no, for sure I will be putting that up. Who's shooting at me? That is, oh man.
Oh, right in my face. Wow, that's not cool. Okay. Oh wow, nicely done.
That's why I put that there. I was like, oh man, but I just projected ourselves forward. Oh no.
I was gonna say, what happened to us?
Watch that other fort tower is probably gonna open up in a second. Oh. I'm telling you, I'm calling them today. That's.
Yeah.
You gotta turn it. You gotta turn it. Incoming shots. Incoming shots below.
I'm gonna try to take that guy out.
Trying to turn away. Just so I can kind of clear you out of it. Just a little bit. It sounds like we're taking on a decent amount of water, because we are. Well, that's cool. That's cool, that process, that you have the whole family involved. I'm sure that's tons of fun.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, no, it is. It's actually quite a bit of fun. We have a pretty good time down there, down in the basement workshop. Whenever we're not like, trying to stress ourselves into a heart attack or something, which I do that quite a bit. So, it can be pretty stressful when you're trying to.
When you're trying to manage all the orders, when you're trying to manage just stuff in general, and like you said, whether it's cast issues or just supply or just making whatever it might be, then it's definitely, I can see how that definitely like compounds itself between like headaches and whatnot.
Yeah, there's a lot of firefighting we're going on where you have to like just try to solve problems that you did not expect to ever have to solve, and like a couple weeks ago, how come I can't print anything? How come we don't have any filament, like plastic, to print with? Oh, it's because they shipped it to the wrong address. Oh, great, So I had to go and find the address that they shipped it to, and I had to basically walk up and knock on the door and ask for filament.
Do you have my
no
package?
one answered the door. Well, no one answered the door, but they put it around. I know the UPS guy said they put it around back. So I had to basically like go and steal my own stuff back from this other residence. So, yeah, it's a little bit awkward sometimes. So, do what you gotta do, I guess.
So what you're saying is you basically pirated your own plastic, is what you're saying?
That's a great way of framing it. That's right. Yes. So it's all justified because I was
all justified because you're totally in character as you plunder what's rightfully yours, right? That's right. The most important thing, right? They borrowed it. You're just taking proper ownership. That's how that works.
That's right.
Well, that's funny.
These guys.
So what is apart from the existing orders that the shop is currently working on, what is the shop looking forward to next? Like what is on the horizon, so to speak, for the shop? Are you guys gonna branch out in terms of items offered? Are you guys looking at other games or different kind of services altogether? Like what's happening there?
Those are all good questions. So let me talk about the last two first, and then we'll talk a little bit about stuff probably that your listeners would probably care more about. So we're exploring a couple different areas, like just utterly unrelated avenues that are unrelated to Sea of Thieves, to be honest with you. Just because, you know, our name is NerdPropellant. We're not only looking to do Sea of Thieves stuff necessarily.
That's an awesome name, by the way. NerdPropellant. That's a really cool
I know it's kind of a on a whim sort of thing. But so we are looking at things like I would love to be able to build a website for Dungeons and Dragons nerds. I'm not even one of them. I'm not even one of them, by the way. But I have friends that are, so there's some good people. So,
right.
And I know
Guilty
some
by
of them would
association.
love. There you go. Right. I know a lot of them would love to be able to kind of custom design their own little like set pieces, like a physical set piece that they could, like their dungeon master or whatever, can use to kind of make their game a little more immersive.
Oh, that's
and
really cool.
so,
yeah, because I know there's currently the like Hero Forge, which is
exactly. I was about to mention that. Which is,
yeah, I was gonna say Hero Forge is really cool in itself. I've never bought anything, and but it's just a cool concept. But like to build the set, like you're saying, that would be wild.
Like
That'd
we would
be
love
really
to
cool.
have something, basically, if you think Hero Forge, but with the set pieces being what you're making, instead of like customizing a little miniature, like a minifig. You would be basically saying, okay, I want a cave setting, and here are the different cave pieces I could put together in little modular sets.
I was gonna say modular for sure, so you can kind of move things around
mix
depending on
and
the playstyle. That's really cool.
Yeah, so I'd love to be able to do that, and they could, it doesn't even have to be something that's entirely like existing in terms of like, oh, here are these pieces that you choose from that are already set in stone. It could be, you could have sliders to make like, oh, well, let me make the cobblestone in this little medieval, castle setting a little bit larger or smaller or whatever. Stuff like that. So there's all sorts of things that I would love to be able to do, so, and with that community too, like people love to paint their own stuff.
Oh my God! You know what comes to mind right now, and I don't know if you're familiar with it. The whole like Warhammer, right? The whole like Warhammer community is coming to mind right now. Because what you're saying, like you're saying modular, you're saying the painting, and people, whether it's Dragons for like a dungeon master, or whether it's like just creating their own custom pieces for just like tabletop gaming. That's a really cool.
Yeah.
That's a really cool expansion. That's
or
really
even just
cool.
even just a diorama that people think would be cool, like just a little set piece to put on. I mean, like a decor item that could be kind of cool,
Yeah, for sure. Oh,
so,
man, for sure.
Yeah. So I would love to be able to look. We're looking into that right now. I've got a couple people that I've been sort of partnering with, sort of behind the scenes, that I've been talking to about how to go about doing that kind of thing, and how to get something like a website like that set up.
Very cool.
So that's one avenue. Another avenue is we would like to be able to do. It would be cool to be able to do something kind of like Hero Forge, but maybe a little bit cheaper, because I mean they are really, really, really cool. But on the other hand, like I want to say the cheapest thing that I could get from them, that I played around with it for like an hour, and that was it. But I think I got it down to like, I don't know, 15 to 20 bucks.
I think somewhere in that
for a little
range,
miniature,
right?
and I was like,
somewhere in that range.
oh, yeah, and I think that's kind of that to me. That seems like, okay, if I could get a new type of printer, right, and print 5 or 10 of these at a time in a few hours, I could probably get that price down to $10 each,
Right, a little bit
and
more
maybe be a
cost-effective.
competitor or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. I'd have to look into it, to be fair, but that's something that just as a compliment to the Dungeons and Dragons, like the set piece thing that we were just talking about, sort of as a compliment to it, So that's one avenue. Another avenue that I just thought about the other day, and I would like.
We're getting
I'm not at all. Oh yeah. Oh, very yeah. And it was, so I was looking actually on Twitter, and I can't remember which user it was. It was one of the many people who are always in the community. It might be Frosty the Pirate. I don't know. I can't remember. But it was somebody who had a sorry, I'm getting distracted by the skeleton.
Yeah, no worries. I'm
it was somebody who
the tower again to defend.
Oh, I got you. Oh, they killed me. It was somebody who had the Lego set with the ship in a bottle, and they lit it up.
Oh, I saw that the other day. Yeah. Oh, and they did light it up. Right.
And I was like, that's really cool. So that got me thinking on a couple different fronts. One of them was like, I wonder. I think I even mentioned this in the Twitter thread. Was like, I wonder what like copyright issues or other issues would need to be looked at. But I wonder if somebody could do like a custom Lego shops that really catered to designing like customized Lego sets for like fan bases, like nerdy fan bases.
Yeah.
Because like video games we get kind of a short shrift on a lot of like Lego merchandising, right? You have Halo, but that's like Mega Blocks, and it's kind of it's not as a Lego fan that's not really the same thing.
Yeah, and I know they
not
just
to be a
dabbled.
snob about what
Yeah, I know Lego
what
just
blocks
recently
fit together, but
Lego recently just got Overwatch going on. But outside of that, yeah, it is.
Oh, really? I didn't see. I didn't know that.
Lego got Overwatch going on recently. I know there's been a couple of pieces, and they're kind of cool. I don't have any myself, but I have seen them in person, like at the store, already pre-built. They're pretty cool. So it's surprising, but you're right. It's not too often that video game franchises in general get that kind of love.
Yeah. So it'd be cool to be able to have, like, I would love to be able to have like a Sea of Thieves, like an outpost, or even just like a tavern setting, with that you just make out of Lego. Like, I think that would be awesome. Or a boat, like a ship. In fact, my favorite Lego set of all time was a Barracuda Lego ship, pirate ship from long time ago, back when I was, 8 or 10 or something like that. So.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say you were like, Pampers, like Pamper Pirate. Way back in the day it started.
Not quite that far back. But I was this one that had it was $100. I still remember it, and it was a couple hundred pieces. So I had to be able to put it together. So I wasn't an infant, but
you weren't an infant, but you
fond
had to put
memories nonetheless. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
We should have.
Yeah, so those are two avenues we're interested in looking in that are separate from the sort of standard 3D printing that we've been doing.
That's very cool.
As far as other games or other intellectual properties, we're interested. We do have some other games already on the shop. We do some. We have a couple of Skyrim items. Not very many,
yep.
not as many as I would like, but we do have, I think, 2 of them on there. And I just haven't had time to actually dig into that community to try to figure out what to add to that. But honestly, I'm so overwhelmed with how great the Sea of Thieves community has been that I almost don't even want to think about another community right now, to be honest with you.
Right, because the focus
and,
is on that right now.
Yeah. And this is honestly, this is a legit, like, unique community, which is a really amazing thing these days, because there's so many toxic communities.
Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. I'm like, we're
no, that's fine. I'm working on it.
Thank you. Like we're running out of.
You just pushed me out the window, so. But yeah, there's so many toxic communities out there. All right, tower's clear, by the way.
Thank you.
That it's really nice to be able to. To be able to have a community that's not. Not only are they not toxic, for the most part, but they are, like, legitimately pretty, very welcoming and very warm and very generous. There's a lot of collaboration.
Yeah, that is one thing that I have to chalk up to the Sea of Thieves community. I mean, we've all played plenty of games, but they are pretty special when it comes to that sort of stuff.
Yeah, so those are some areas, that are separate. Like, and the other thing you have to be careful about is I don't want to. I got to be careful not to put too much like not to push too hard into other games necessarily, only because you know, you don't want to spend all this time printing all this stuff and trying to ingratiate yourself in that community or whatever, and trying to figure out ways of building a pipeline to mass produce something cool. Oh, that galleon is definitely coming this way.
Is it?
Only to end up getting like a cease and desist down the road where they're like, hey, please stop selling stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Rare is not the type of company to do that, and I think Microsoft, as generally, they're okay with people making this kind of stuff and making money off of their intellectual property, but not every company is. You know, Nintendo probably isn't if you push too hard. Epic Games, you know, with like Fortnite or whatever, you know, you got to be really careful with that kind of stuff too. So you don't want to develop that only to have that removed from your shop just because you didn't bother paying attention to it.
Right,
so.
right, like the legality or whatever it might be. You know what? Let's kill the captain and want to drop that right at their feet wherever they are. Just focus on that captain right now.
Yep.
Take the key and we'll get out of here. Oh my gosh. Oh, I just died. Oh no. Hang in there.
Got him.
Take that key and let's get out of here, because you know that ship's coming.
Alright.
I'll be spawning in a second. Go figure, right when we're on the last wave, of course we have company show up. We have it all today. Kraken, Crow's Nest Fortress, possible PvP, blunderbusses every which way. It's been something today.
Oh crap!
No, I'm
I
spawning
didn't realize
right
we
now.
were pointed in a very inconvenient direction to drop the sails.
No worries, I'm spawning in right now. Yep, just spawned in. We still have the key, right?
Yep, it's right here. I'm getting us out of here.
Yep.
Or trying to.
Let me see.
Where are they even at? Are they?
They're on the opposite side of the island. We are good right now.
Okay.
We want to sail. Which way are they?
Oh.
Actually.
Wait, that's a ghost ship, isn't it?
No, that's a player.
No, that's okay.
Yep, they're turning towards
So
us.
let's go.
Oh, what the hell?
What
You've
just
got to be kidding. That's a skelly ship
happened?
that's about to spawn.
Really?
Yep. If
Where
you
is
want,
it?
do you have planks of wood on you?
Yes.
All right, well, we got some holes somewhere if we wanna patch that one.
You drive and I'll take care of
Yep.
the patching.
I think the skelly ship actually spawned on them.
I hope so.
Yes, it did.
All right, I think we're good.
I just want to sail
So
away.
what's the plan here?
I think we should
sail
just
away? Okay.
yeah, I think we should just sail away. The fort tower is going to be clear for a little bit. Or not the fort tower, but the fort itself. I think we should just sail away.
Yeah.
And
That's
hopefully, unless
I don't know. They
think
might be able to take them out quick enough that we should probably just keep going. Like sail away, I would say. You know.
you want to sail away or you want to head back to the fort.
Yeah. Let's. Oh man.
I know.
Don't put this up to me.
You're the guest. You're the guest. You get to make that call.
Why don't we do this? Why don't we sail near those guys, and we'll try to drag them into that. That's. Oh my God.
Shroud of Ghost. Let's do it. Shroud of
that?
Ghost. Not the Shroud of Ghost.
Nah, it's a green guy. Why don't we try to get these guys, see if they'll follow us into the storm over here on the horizon?
You could try that. Are they even? I feel like are they even coming? I feel like they just turned away altogether.
They might have. You want to go back? Let's go back to the fort and see if we can just get stuff. I don't even
see them right now.
Oh no, they're fighting. They're still out there.
Because if anything,
You know
we
what?
could always
Plus
grab the
this-
expensive items.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Plus, we also have our little fish friend here to help protect us. You know, we need him.
He'll be despawning in a moment, right when we get close enough.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
Let's see. Well, they're a ways off. Or not. I think they're sailing back this way. I can't even tell. Let's round the island one time. Let's do that.
They're both fighting still. Let's do it. Let's just try to get the big stuff,
Yeah,
and then we'll see how
grab all
things
the
are going.
stronghold items.
All right, I got the key. I'm gonna go ahead and hop on over.
It.
I need to make one of these keys too. I think people would like to buy some of these.
Oh, that would be really, really interesting.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I totally dodged the important question that your viewers would actually care about.
The upcoming items.
Which relates the upcoming items. So let's talk about the upcoming items. So, I recently had the, the thread on Twitter, and there was loads of really cool ideas. One of the really cool ideas that I really liked and is something that we've been looking into and are probably going to develop more of is what I just basically mentioned, a Skull Fort key.
Very cool.
So that is something that we should have within a couple weeks on the shop. In addition to that, we also have one of these mega kegs. One of those are coming, much to Hitbot's pleasure. He's a big fan of all of his videos. I feel like
actually
every video he makes, it's just him blowing stuff up with a mega keg.
Yeah, he's not one to sell that. He's one to use that.
Yeah, yeah. So there's so many pretty things here.
Right. For the picking, all for the picking.
Yeah. So that's one thing. Is the mega keg as well as the Skull Fort key. We also have a couple bundles that we're preparing for sort of just to commemorate the game and its DLC on its 1 year sort of anniversary. Because we want to try to I know that Rare is doing some cool stuff to celebrate. And I know people in the community are going to do cool stuff to celebrate, and we just want to be part of that.
That's awesome.
Because the game, I was a huge defender of the game and the whole, people saying it lacked content or whatever that nonsense is. I know I never felt that way. I've been playing since the tech alpha and have been defending the game and saying, no, you don't understand, it's a platform to build on, and I really want to sort of celebrate with in any way that we can with the shop, celebrate some of the DLC stuff that they've done. So we've got some plans for First Sales DLC, like a bundle that commemorates that. So that's going to involve...
Players going to be interested, yep. Players are definitely going to be interested.
Yeah, so that one is going to, in particular, is going to have a Captain's Skull, which is already available in the shop, right? But that was first introduced in Cursed Sales. It's also going to have a little statue, like about a 6-inch or so tall figure of a mermaid statue that has eyes and a jewel that lights up.
Nice.
To sort of sit on your desk, which is really, really slick looking.
Perfect to sit right next to a monitor stand or something. Nice.
Yeah. It's thinking exactly like us right now. So it's also going to include things like cursed cannonballs, which the customer will be able to choose one cursed cannonball. They can pay extra if they want to get some other ones, but they'll be able to pick which cursed cannonball they want, and that's going to light up as well.
Very cool.
So a lot of cool stuff.
I was like, is it going to light up? And it's going to light up. Very cool.
Yeah, it's going to light up. It's going to, I'm actually experimenting with putting a mister in one of them to see, because I bought one a while back and I haven't found a use for it yet, but, which would basically, you pour a little bit of water in like a little cup, and then if you set it somewhere, it'll kind of create like a mist, which if you trap that with a light, it could be really. I don't want to promise that because that's not right now. That's not in the plans.
Yeah.
But that's something we're playing with just because, if I have that, I can't not play with it. I can't not explore it. So that could be cool. We've also, besides just Cursed Sales, obviously there are some other tentpole sort of DLC releases. For Forsaken Shores, we have a bundle to commemorate that as well. For that one,
You have a small
we're still
exploding volcano.
putting. Yeah, I know. Like, get some. We'll give him some a little
science
eighth grade science
right?
project.
A little science
yeah,
project
there
right there.
Yeah, hey, I'm a physics guy. I would love that, right? that would be fantastic. You know, a little bit of baking soda and vinegar volcano. But I want to do something like I'm still trying to figure out the last item. I want to have 3 items in each bundle.
Guess what?
Right now, what I'm thinking.
Remember that? Remember that ship? Karen just made another appearance. And just ruined their day.
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful.
Karen giveth and Karen taketh.
That's fantastic. Yeah, no kidding. That's lovely. So, yeah. So I want to have a I'm gonna have ashen skulls. So those are my new skulls that I'm gonna be introducing here in a couple weeks.
Very, very cool.
Yeah. So those I'm excited about. I think we cleared everything out here.
Yeah, I think we cleared up the whole room.
Yeah, so we're gonna have an ashen or a set of ashen skulls. The community recently was helpful enough to provide me some pictures of those as reference pictures.
I was gonna say some good old-fashioned reference photos.
Yeah, so that's pretty great. So Banana Toast, a little shout out to him on Twitter. He's been getting me some. So did some other folks help me out. So that's all good. Let's see, what else? So we're gonna have an ashen skull of the user's or the customer's choice. We're gonna have, we're docked, right? Okay, we can go and get out of here then.
Yeah, there's actually an outpost right behind us. We can actually go drop off everything.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Ancient Spire should be right next to us. Just to our, east? Yeah. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, Forsaken Shores. So the other, items is, I don't know if you know what a lithoplane is. It's
Yes, I do. Yep. Yes, I do. Yeah.
Okay, well, it's a for anybody listening who doesn't, it's a 3-dimensional. It's like a photo, but you can print it and vary the thickness of sort of a 2-dimensional surface, so that it's thicker where you want the image to be darker, and then you shine a light through it. And as a result, it's a really cool 3D printed
really cool effect.
2-dimensional image.
Yeah, it's a really
cool it's hard to describe. So, but yeah, maybe you can show some pictures or something of I can find a cool lithoplane to show off or something for you. But yeah, it's a really neat looking thing. So I thought, it would be cool to let users submit. Oh, there's that shark here. There's the Meg over here to our right again.
So.
But it'd be cool to let users submit their own. Sort of Devil's Roar screenshot, and we can make a lithoplane out of it, because that's pretty easy to do once you have the screenshot. So that could be kind of neat. And the other thing one of the other things that we're always adding to these. But one of the other things we would like to be able to do for the Forsaken Shores thing is we would like to be able to have a some sort of volcano-like thing. I'm not sure what that's going to be yet. Here's what I'm thinking right now. What I'm thinking right now, I'm leaning towards like an incense, like a 3D model of a volcano that lights up and it has incense. You can burn some incense with it. That way it smokes, and it smells nice too. Right?
That is wild.
So that would be another cool thing. We're also going to have the Box of Wondrous Secrets, because obviously you can't have Devil's Roar, Forsaken Shore. Yeah.
Have you found one yet?
So
I myself have not. I've yet to find one.
I didn't find one. I was on a ship that found one and we lost it whenever Forsaken Shores came out. Yeah, it was not great. I was very disappointed. I thought it would be a lot easier to find subsequently, but it really wasn't. So, yeah.
Found the unicorn.
So yeah, and yeah, I know, right? So we're so some people might want to know, okay, what about the other big DLC? What about the Hungering Deep? So I'm still putting together some ideas on that one. I can tell you that one thing I'm very interested in doing, and it may not be ready for the 20th, but it would be probably a few weeks after that. Would be the having the Hungering one, the Meg, the original Meg, the cool Meg.
Cool Meg.
Having the
OG
original Meg, the OG Meg, yeah. Having Meg be like a dead Meg upside down in the water, and then have like a resin, so it'd be like a little desk decor item, where you have like a little sculpture.
That's pretty cool.
Meg lived down that's been killed, and then it just sits on your desk and it's in the water, and it could look really cool. So that's one of the items we want to have for that one. So,
I like that. That's very,
so those are
very
some
cool.
things that are. Those are some of the themed. Oh shit, we gotta hurry. Oh shoot, sorry, I don't know if you like cussing or not.
No worries. Why, is somebody coming?
That boat's coming. Yep.
Which way?
In front of us.
In front of us. I'm stuck. Where is it?
Yeah.
Like dead in front of us?
You don't see it in front of us?
No, I have.
Yeah.
I have the sun. The sun's like shining. Oh, that's a skelly ship. We should be okay.
Is it coming toward the outpost?
It's coming right for the outpost. Yeah.
That's really strange. I didn't know they did that. All right.
Yeah, they're coming right. For
Yeah.
the
So.
outpost.
Yeah. So those are some of those things. Those aren't the only items we have coming to the shop, though. So all the things I just mentioned are also going to be able to be sold. You'll be able to save some money if you want to buy them in a bundle. But man, they're coming right up on us. All right. But in addition to that, we will sell those items also, individually. But we also have things like they're not bundles. I call them sets. I want to have a set that reflects each play style.
Right.
Just to kind of celebrate, the game and its plethora of rich play styles. So if you're somebody who likes to go and take out skull forts and is very PvP aggressive and that kind of thing, hey, God help you, more power to you and all
More
that.
power to you, yeah.
So for those people, we're in the process of developing weapons because a lot of people would like to be able to buy like a flintlock or a blunderbuss or something like that. So we are in the process of developing those. I know some people on Twitter, Hitbot and some other folks were kind of twisting my arm about maybe like a mercenary or an Eben or however you want to say it, flintlock. So that is one of the first things we're going to have ready is the Eben/mercenary flintlock.
That's very cool.
And
it's a fan favorite.
And then we also have I hear you. So we also have some other stuff related to less so like that particular play style, but come on, let me pick this up. More so about like people who just want to sail around. A lot of people just play the game just for the beauty of it, just to sail around and look at cool imagery and the incredible artwork that's already in the game. So we're going to have some items for those people, which will sort of be revealed a little bit later. And we also have some things for other people who like to play the game in different ways. So for instance, some people are most interested just in the PvP. Other people like to sail. Other people like to explore things. Just go and like look around islands.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. And those people might want a lantern or a compass or something. So we may or may not be developing something like that.
Ooh, may or may not. Remember, may or may not.
Yeah. So the trick with those is making the versions of those things that people want. But we're going to start out, just to temper expectations a little bit. We are going to start out with items that are generic, that everybody who's ever played the game has at least had at one point. Things like the simplest or the most popular weapons, or the simplest or most popular lanterns, like the base lantern that you start off with.
Yeah. Just
so we can get an idea of what kind of market is out there, and just to see what people want. Because we it's one thing to have people on Twitter tell you about how they want a particular, flintlock pistol. It's another thing whenever you're like, okay, let me develop an entire pipeline around producing hundreds of these
items,
over a several months period, only to find out that 3 people want them and that's it. So
Right, you got to test the waters.
You know.
You have to test the waters.
Yeah, that's like the 12th ocean-related pun you've
Pun
had
in
today.
this, yeah. Whether that's on purpose or not, that is up to chance.
Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, so hopefully that's the super long-winded way of answering your question. And there will be some pictures of some of this stuff that you can show whenever you like. I'll send you some other ones because I know I sent you some already, sort of as a sneak peek, but I'll send you some more.
I'm just playing it coy. I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
I know, right? That's okay. I appreciate it. Yeah.
That's awesome. So the community has a lot to look forward to. That's cool.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope they're as excited about it as we are to make it. So, you know, it's always fun too to see the people like post pictures of like our skulls and stuff. We do have a couple of other new skulls that I'm not ready to show off or to reveal just yet, but there are some really cool ones. There's one that I'm super excited about that I think whenever people see it, they're going to be like, holy crap, that's awesome. I want that. That they probably won't even be able to, they would probably never even think about it in that way as something that they could, like a skull to buy.
Now
yeah, so they can let people sort of
that one I have
speculate.
Not seen. Yeah, that one I have not seen.
That's right.
Cool.
That's right. That's only in my head right now. Actually, me and my artist Garrett. It's in our heads, and that's it. Not because it's not like it's something that exists in Sea of Thieves. So it's not like it's just so people can speculate and try to figure out what we're talking about. 'Cause that's always fun, you know.
Well, now the community's gonna start looking. You know that.
They can look all they want. I doubt they might be able to figure it out, but I doubt it. I doubt it. I'd be impressed if they did. They can send me a Twitter message, and if they nail it and they figure it out, I'll give it to them for free whenever. I'll give them the first one for free.
Oh man,
so I'll tell them that right now.
That's it. Everyone heard that.
That's right.
Gotta go look.
Yeah.
Gotta go look. Do a little bit of digging.
I still gotta get you your skulls, by the way. You've earned yourself 2 skulls already that you need to give away at some point.
I know that's gonna be.
They're in the queue. They're taking forever to get done because I have so many other ones.
Please,
to do, so.
yeah. Trust me, I'm not high on that priority list. As I say, you have a lot of people waiting on those skulls, and rightfully so, because they're top notch.
Yeah, I need to look into making a rowboat too, maybe for the Forsaken Shores deal there,
cool.
but yeah,
cool.
maybe I'd have to figure out how to actually make something cool out of it, and like if it's just a rowboat model, I don't know, it might not be. Like, okay, you get it, it looks cool, and then what do? You set it on your desk, and it slants to one side because it's not flat on the bottom? Okay, well.
True.
But I would like to have it be functional, or at least do something neat, so. Yeah. So those are the things we got coming up right now. I do want to highlight a couple of really cool ideas from the Twitter thread. And I don't have the thread open in front of me because I'm playing and talking to you and stuff. But I know that Jesse Tattoo had a cool idea about hooks, like like the little hook for a hand sort of thing.
Yeah. That
could be kind of cool. I hadn't really thought about that, but then after he said it, I was like, that could be really cool. Like a really cool, just a random little decorative prop or a cosplay item. I know Captain Falcor suggested some cosplay elements, like eye patches, things like that.
That was a good one.
Yeah, so we might look into those. Those are a little bit trickier for me, only because we don't really. I would love to venture into the cosplay market at some point as a company, but first we have to get ourselves enough daylight between the amount of orders we have and the stuff that we're doing in the community and all that stuff to be able to explore that. And right now we're just so immersed in the Sea of Thieves community, which it's a little bit less cosplay centric than some other communities.
Yes, for sure.
Which I think is a good thing, because like the types of art that comes out of this community, a lot of it is cosplay related stuff, but there's a lot of it that isn't. Like Chocomoo Juice or whatever her name is, she does those cool ships where she makes those
models. Yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah, puts those together, and that's pretty cool. There's Liz LaRue, right? Pretty Polly, I think is her tag on Twitter. She does some fantastic.
Oh,
Like she
she's
does
been making
really
things forever,
amazing
Yeah.
foam
She's
work.
really good.
Yeah. So, do you know? Does she do stuff with Rare? I've always wondered that because I know like the foam stuff that they have on their for their props, like on their
I know
tavern
she's.
tails or whatever.
I know.
They
She
look like her
has
work
sent,
almost.
yeah, she has sent stuff over, but the props for the actual tavern itself that was made by the art department at Rare, if I remember correctly. It was like the art and like prop
Oh,
team or something.
I
They
got you.
remodeled
I
their
didn't know if
tavern,
they had like. Oh,
contracted
I
her.
got you. I didn't know
Yeah.
if they had like contracted her right. I didn't know if they had done anything like that. Like, because that foam, I gotta say, after I saw some of her work, I was like, oh man, I need to get into the foam business because that is perfect for the art style of Sea of Thieves. Like that would make things so much easier, you know, for a lot of the stuff that I would like to make.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, so, you know, and there are still some things that would work really well with that I haven't sort of revealed yet, but all in due time, I suppose. So yeah, so that's some of the stuff we're looking at.
That's awesome.
What do you got there? What do you?
This
that a
is gonna be
barrel?
our farewell barrel. I'm gonna line it up right in the front of the ship, and
Gonna blow up this.
I'm gonna blow up the ship.
Oh yeah.
But where can the community
Hey, before you do that, let me
Yeah.
get a picture of this.
do it?
I want to make sure I get a picture of the barrel because I haven't had a chance to inspect these as well as I should. I want to make sure
explodes.
Yeah.
Get all the angles.
Yeah, it's pretty much what I'm doing. Hang on, let me make sure I get this side because we're making these now. So, like, there's actually one I'm making for Hitbot. He gets the inaugural version.
Oh, rightfully
right.
so.
All right, here we go. I'll hold it, and then if you want to snipe it.
Oh man, you're gonna do that? Before we do that, where can we find you? Where can the community find you? What are your tags? What's your Etsy shop? What's your Twitter handle? Where can they reach out to you?
So if you go on Etsy, etsy.com, you can do a search in the search bar for Nerd Propellant, NerdPropellant. It's not repellent, it's propellant, you know, like fuel. So make sure you don't screw that up. So Nerd Propellant, that will take you to our storefront. You can look at all of our cool stuff. Anybody who's interested in getting like a custom an item or a custom prop, or to have a prop that we sell and you want to just put your own twist on it, feel more than welcome, anybody who's listening, to shoot us a message on Etsy, and we will I personally respond usually within a few hours, if not within less time. So
Nice.
So and then we can talk about, you know, okay, here's what we could do, here's some limitations, here's some considerations, here's what we're looking at cost-wise. We can figure all that out together. You know, we're pretty good about working with people.
That's awesome.
So that's on Etsy. So Nerd Propellant on Etsy. As far as on other social media, Nerd Propellant on Twitter as well as Facebook. Both of those are already set up. I think we also have an Instagram page, but to be honest with you, I don't even remember. We rarely interact with Instagram. I'm not super social media literate. Like I got Facebook as a personal, you know, personally I have it, but otherwise I normally don't do anything with Twitter outside of promoting the shop and interacting with the community. So so I think we have Instagram, but I'm on Twitter all the time. I'm on Etsy all the time. So we check our Facebook regularly. So those are the main avenues for getting in contact with us.
Very cool.
So yeah.
Nice. So Twitter, Etsy, and then you're always willing to work with the community, always willing to work on something new. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you for stopping on in. I'm gonna have to blow you up in any second now if I can even find the barrel. But yeah, it's been tons of fun. It was definitely eventful, kind of traumatic a few times between blunderbusses, the Kraken, Meg showing up, that curse ship right there at the end. I was like, oh, we're screwed. Just as we pull into the outpost, we're screwed. But,
I've never seen one get like that kind of a bearing on us before, and then not do anything.
Yeah, and then just simply wave as they sail on by. Just there for the little heart attack. So thank you once again for coming along, Tavish. I hope everybody enjoyed the episode. Again, you can find him and all those avenues, Nerd Propellant over on Etsy, Nerd Propellant over on Twitter. Tavish, once again, thank you. But now it's time to say goodbye. And ready in 3, 2. Watch me miss. 3, 2, 1. I can't even see the barrel right now. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Oh.
Hey, all right. There you go.
And that is the end of that. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Until next time, fair winds and following seas.